Hello YouTube, this is a Satsu 5. My brother recently filmed a video talking about the Randall combat grip, which uses the back guard or quillion as kind of a sub-hilt. Something to keep in mind why this grip might be viable is that Randalls generally have a sharpened false edge. So it's just like a Bowie knife. With a Bowie knife, traditional grip is clipped down, primary edge up, and that's kind of the traditional way of using it. And I think that's what Randall was kind of getting at, or the people who decided on this technique, is you have an edge right here, you have an edge right here, and really what you're supposed to do is stab and rip up. And that was kind of your World War I trench warfare thing going on. And so what we're going to do is we're going to test this grip on this moist stump. Moist stumps are a lot more resilient than the human sternum and the gut pile, but we're just going to see how comfortable it is to stab like this, to stab like this, to stab like this, and then to choke down and stab. So we're just going to see if it hurts the human hand to use the combat Randall grip. So since that's the star of the show, that's what we're going to start off with. And how you grip a Randall, according to the pamphlet, is one finger underneath the guard, your pointer finger above the guard. This gives you supposedly a very stout grip where you can stab and rip and you won't lose the knife. It's supposed to be harder to disarm and stuff. So stabbing like that, I don't know if you can see that, but it's a little bit red right there. Keep in mind that that's the primary quillion that's ramming into my thumb, and not this. This isn't that painful. Let's try, and yeah, you can kind of see a white spot right there and some red. Let's try some other grips. This is the fencing foil grip. This is probably what's going to be more familiar to Bowie knife fighters. That jams up your thumb. So that is not comfortable stabbing something very resilient. Try more of a hammer grip up against the guard. Again, I'm getting really punished right here. So now we're going to try something a little bit different. We're going to rely on solely my grip strength. That is a lot less punishing. So grabbing down here, and obviously when you stab, your grip is going to move up just a little bit, but that is much more comfortable than resting against the guard or using this kind of pseudo sub-hilt. And so I think if I was going to use this in combat, I'd much rather rely on my grip strength, kind of maybe resting against the thumb fat right there.
Try primary edge up as well.
Okay. Oh, that's nice. For some reason, I'm not sliding near as much. But yeah, relying on your grip. The guard's nice. The guard is a kind of a extra safety, kind of peace of mind type deal. You can also parry with it. But just relying on your grip alone, it's much more comfortable to stab with. And there's kind of the question, well, if you stab enough people like you're in trench warfare, your hand's probably eventually going to end up against the guard. But in this test itself, relying on your grip is much more comfortable than the sub-hilt grip. That's not pleasant at all. Again, this is a stump, obviously. This is what we had to stab. And I'm kind of envisioning that, probably stabbing close to the sternum area where there's a lot of rib bones. There's probably a bulletproof vest or some kind of armor of some type. That's kind of why I chose the stump, because it's free and it's resilient. So I can really test the worst case scenario. So that's it. That's the video. Again, this is the Blackjack number 17. It's kind of a cheap poor man's Randall. It's just nowhere near as nice as far as the false edge and stuff. But yeah, it's cool. That's interesting to experiment with. So that's it. I'm a Satsu 5 and I'm out.